So just as I stated last week, where this arc was going to have a lot of fan service moments that were just going to get us really, really hyped and ready to go, and in a very, very good way, because it's a lot of stuff that, like I said before, we've been waiting to see for the entire series. And just in this episode alone, the amount of hype around so many moments, man, dude. No, when Bato stated, when Pluto Bato stated, no, there was one man I couldn't cut. And then we got a little sepia filter, and you saw the Yasha in the back of his hair, the headband flowing in the wind. Dude, man, I lost it. I was like, nah, because my entire thing is that I've been waiting to see like all of this. We're about to see animated, man. Ooh, so ready, dude. Oh man, when the next time we meet with Sakagoto stated, the next time we meet will be as the four of us. Come on, man. And then at the end of the episode, well, before the end of the episode, with Yumibozu and Utsuro. I love the way Utsuro says Oboro. Like the way he says it is like Oboro. Utsuro, there's a deep voice. He's like Oboro. Oboro. The way he says it is nasty, but it's hilarious at the same time. So Utsuro goes in there and states, like he gets hype himself when Yumibozu destroys that boulder and just throws it back, taking out a ship with ease. A human tank. My boy put him in Overwatch, man. He'll start going in. No, we don't need any no tanks. We have Yumibozu. Listen, man. When Utsuro stated, I finally found someone. In all of my years, I finally found someone that could actually kill me. And then also Yumibozu respecting him, stating that in my 25 years of alien hunting, I may have finally found someone. And this is definitely the strongest creature, that the strongest monster that I've ever faced in 25 years of alien hunting. It's like it's building the hype between those two. And then the end of the episode, man. Now this is something that I've been waiting for the entire series, because every single time, especially after Gintoki versus Takatsugi, it seemed like the hype for Katsura started dwindling down, because we hadn't really seen him in a moment like this. I will say this, next week's episode has the potential of being one of my favorite episodes of Gintama, most definitely top 10, if they adapt it well. Of how it was in the manga. That's just how damn good this part is. It's one of the most memorable portions that I recall of having read Gintama Weekly. It is such an awesome flippin' thing. Because the thing is you've been waiting for this the entire series. An actual serious one-on-one Katsura fight. And it starts off in the regular way. Anything with Katsura, it happens with classic and awesome comedy. But next week's episode is called Rakuyo Arc, The Battle in Rakuyo Part 4, Zura. You already know, dude. Next week's episode is gonna be insane, bro. It's gonna be sick. But getting onto this week's episode, guys, it covered chapters 559, 560, 561, and a couple pages of 562. Seriously, what I mean by a couple pages is it right before. You get the the Katsura title page for the. I believe the title of the chapter was the Rampaging Noble of Youth, if I'm not mistaken, was the name of 562. But I'm sure that it covered 559, 560, 561, which is the Song of the Samurai, and then 562. A couple of pages right before the title page, and then the title page is where it cut off and then to be continued. So, but listen, man, this week's episode, once again, it felt, whenever I was watching it though, this week kind of felt more faster than last week's, but it's still, everything was connecting so well, I couldn't even complain. Everything's now going down here on Rakuyo. If I could just make a comment on just the atmosphere and the way that the arc, or that the planet feels as a whole, I really like it, just like I said last week when I was starting the preview. I love how the rain automatically like gives it the tone that you're going to be feeling in this arc. The rain is adding so much, and as well as the grayish, color scheme in the background. It truly drives that home. I wanted to talk about one particular part. It's whenever Gintoki, Katsura, and Sakagoto are they get up and they're running away from the bullets. With Katsura stating that the only way to dodge bullets is by running faster than them. That entire portion right there, for me, I preferred more in the manga. And the main reason for it is because I felt like the panels flowed better. Maybe not Katsura's. Katsura's and Sakamoto's were pretty beast in the anime. But when it comes to Gintoki, even though it was pretty awesome, a couple of the running sequences were pretty cool. It really drove home. There's this one particular panel. It's like I think it said something about his back, and that was in 560. It was one of the sickest Gintoki panels in the entire series, and I don't think that they delivered when it comes to that panel. So that panel like made that scene for me in the manga, man. But it's okay, because then the scene after went back, and it was pretty equal from there on out. But that particular panel, I really loved in the manga, and I felt like it didn't necessarily drive it home as hard in the anime. That freaking panel was just so beast. And another panel, or another particular portion that I think I'll have to look at it again, but it was all one page. The Kagura, whenever she's looking down at the grave, and she's basically saying that all the Baldi's here too, and that entire portion, that one page in the manga, still strikes me more than the scene that we got in the anime. But that's just little nitpicks here and there. It's just a natural anime and manga comparison thing that's in my mind, which is why I did that damn segment so much, because it's always in my mind. What's better, the anime or the manga when it comes to Gintama? Because I can't compare with any. I can't compare Gintama with anything else, so I have to compare it within itself. That's the way that it is. I have to compare Gotama with Gotama, because if not, nothing else compares. So those are my only, basically my only two nitpicks is those two scenes are pretty much were the only two scenes that I prefer in the manga. Other than that, the anime went straight hard in. The entire sequence with Bonsai, whenever he rescued again, and that was such a beast. Dude, they started playing 21 Ghosts. That is such a beast. Even though I always say that soundtrack belongs to the Shinsengumi, it was so well, it fits so well in that particular scene. And basic synopsis, or not synopsis, so basically like what happened in the episode. They arrived in Rakuyo. They started going in. The Harusame 6 of the 12 Harusame divisions are here. We have now set up the fight, or the one-on-one battles. Sakamoto's is going to be going up against Uranus. That's going to be a battle of strategies. Then you have Gintoki versus Bato. And once again, someone, well, obviously since Utsuro, because in the past couple of serious arcs, we've gotten to see a lot of people from Gintoki's past, but of course excluding Shoyo and excluding Takatsugi, the last one before that was Oboro, and so this is the first guy from the Joy War going up against Gintoki that we have seen since Oboro. So just keep that in mind, man. It's gonna be pretty awesome sauce. He's the one man I could not cut, dude. It makes me laugh, but you'll see why it makes me laugh later on in the thing. But it's such a hype line, and it's gonna be beast. I can't wait to see how that's gonna be animated. Bato and Gin, man. And then of course you have every single time that he gives that I read the interactions between. I'm sorry. Let me just cut away from that real quick, because since he's a gorilla, it reminded me of the portion earlier on in the episode of whatever, because they kept talking about how Otai was the gorilla, and then Kondo was the other gorilla, and the Srirachi was the other gorilla. But those didn't make me laugh that much. But when Katsuro was running, and the gorilla ran by, and he's like, right, Otai-san, I lost it. Because I completely forgot about that, man. It's like, oh, that's not my sister. Oh man, that was great. The comedy was on point, man. Oh, another scene that was really nice that I really liked. Basically, this episode was a lot of setting up towards future events, and even with Abuto. I mean, I loved how Abuto was paying respect to Yumi Bozu, man. How he would just be telling the feats. This guy's a Yato legend. This guy is a Yato legend. His son took my arm. His daughter took my ear. Only the good Lord knows what he would take, man. And you remember all those things? Oh, dude, do you remember when Kamui and Hosen were duking it out in Yoshiwara, Abuto got in the middle and lost his arm. And in the same arc, Abuto lost his ear by Kagura. Now here you repose him, and only the good Lord knows what this man would take, dog. That was such an awesome sauce of a line, man. But going back to another scene I really liked, another scene that I really liked. Hold on, my computer is extremely loud. I apologize about that if you guys were hearing it. But the another scene that I really liked was the one with Mutsu, Shinpachi, and Elizabeth. That scene was awesome sauce because it was basically saying, like, you know, we're all fighting together, even though we're not all Earthlings. You know, we have different different blood types, but all different blood in general. You know, the blood that runs through our veins, it may be different, but what we're fighting for is the same, man. That was beautiful. And we, you know, Mutsu was carrying that speech, but it was Mutsu, Elizabeth had me laughing, and Shinpachi, and that was flipping cool. They were going in, man. They were handling business. Bonsai, the comedic scenes with Bonsai were hilarious because he's so serious. And one thing in the comic, I forgot he says this, was whenever he said, also, these are the guys that Shinsuke fought with in the war, like, oh, because last episode he was impressed, and he was like, oh, these are just a bunch of jackasses. So I thought that was a pretty nice touch, but man, Bonsai was going in, dude, going in. It was like that badass Bonsai feel I haven't felt in Shinsengumi Crisis, right? But the other thing about the comedic part with Bonsai was whenever he was about to cut off his own finger. He was about to cut off his own finger because Gin stated this portion right here could go either way in manga or anime, because I was dying of laughter in the manga. It was whenever he was pointing his finger. And every single time that he pointed, that thing would get erased. It just destroyed immediately. And that's where Takatsugi was supposed to be. But of course, he found out that Takatsugi was actually with the Yatos. So every single time that he pointed his finger towards one of them, the building would explode. And Kotzer, this man Shinpachi, goes right in, and he's like, "Oh, stop it!" And because Gin is over here instigating the whole thing, he's like, "Oh man, no, don't you see? A laser came out of his finger." Then this man Bonsai, no hesitation whatsoever, brought out his sword, put his finger out, and was about to cut it, and then Gin said that it was his brain, and this dude was about to commit seppuku right there. We just take him out. I'm like, come on, man. Yo, get his messed up for that. But that was a funny scene regardless, man. You know, I really do wish that... Oh, before I get onto that. Dude, when Bonsai was talking about the warrior song, or the song of the samurai, and oh, man, those little... I call them screenshots because I saved all of them as well. They're all wallpaper worthy. When I was talking about that, I showed like little still frames of Gen and Sakamoto and Katsura, dude, all three sick flipping screenshots, man. Really awesome stuff. I think that Gen was gonna be my profile picture soon, but really nice stuff. And you know, this episode it was great. They adapted the stuff in the manga great, and it was just filled with so much hype and awesome sauce that we've been wanting to see for a long time, and it's setting up to even more stuff that we've been wanting to see for a long time. So, the end of the episode, of course, you know, like I said, all three one-on-one fights are being set up. I can't wait for dude. I'm telling you, man, next week's episode is gonna be so awesome sauce. It's going to be. It has the potential to being one of my favorite episodes. It's Zura, man. Dude. It's gonna be awesome sauce, man. Just take my word for it. And based off the preview, dude, I cannot wait. It's gonna be great. I have a feeling of a certain soundtrack they're gonna use. Unless they bring a brand new soundtrack out of nowhere. But if not, I have a feeling of one soundtrack they're gonna use for one particular scene. And it's gonna be greatness. But yeah, man, this week's episode of Gintama for me gets a fantastic sauce. I mean, I can't give anything less. The setup in this episode, the amount of hype that I felt, I was yelling, "Holy Flagnards!" Yo, I mean, I was going in. Just watching this episode, man, it was freaking greatness. And the thing is it wouldn't let me watch it for like the longest. I was sitting here trying to watch it for the longest, and it wouldn't let me. But finally, the gods blessed me. I was able to watch the greatest of Gotama, and it did not disappoint, man. All day waiting for it, but dude, what an awesome sauce of an episode, and I can't wait for next week, man. You guys have been awesome today. Thank you so much for watching. So many awesome scenes, so many awesome moments, dude. That Yumi Bozu and Utsuro scene, it's like, I can't wait to see you guys duke it out, man. It's gonna be awesome sauce. But you guys have been awesome today. Thank you so much for watching the Battle in Rakuyo arc, part 3. concludes, and I'll see you guys for the Zura episode next week. If you're a Katsura fan, man, dude, I'm telling you, next week's gonna be sick. Oh man. Next time we'll meet, we'll be with the four of us. Get out of here!